Today I want to talk a little bit about certain items that I keep around. They represent something to me that is a great reminder of how far I've come, the importance of creating situations, taking action, and making things happen even when they seem daunting. I've only ever made a little plaque like this for one of my records, and that's the first one, Exposition. And why did I make this? At the time I didn't really know, but when I launched this idea, launched this campaign, it was a time for me in my life, a bit of transition. I was finishing up my master's degree at Juilliard, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with myself, what I was going to do with my life, what was next. Being in New York, being in a crazy busy city and a highly competitive scene, wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. So what did I decide to do? I decided to make a record. But what did I do before that, I think, was actually the thing that was more important, which was that I decided I needed to take things into my own hands. I'd been in New York for 2 years, and I realized that the things that I thought were going to happen because I went to Juilliard really weren't going to be handed to me, and then I was going to have to go and grab the things that I wanted. I keep this up, I keep this around. Right now it's not hanging on the wall, but I keep it nearby because it's a reminder of the decision that I made then. The decision that I needed to go and get what I needed, go and get what I wanted, create the opportunities that I wanted to create to reach the outcomes that I was trying to achieve. I've been thinking more about that recently, and this was hiding. And I've pulled it off the shelf. It was buried under some papers, and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I need to go back to that first thing. The first thing I did, which was to decide that I have to go and get it. I have to go and create the opportunities. I have to go and make it happen. So that's why I keep this around, this exposition. And it wasn't just that I decided I was going to make a record. It was a longer process than that. I had decided that I didn't have the money to make the record. So really what happened is I decided I needed to make a Kickstarter campaign. And that's a lot of mixed emotions, asking people for money to ask you to support your project. And it was nerve-wracking. I wasn't sure what people were going to think, and I wasn't sure what would happen, and the amount of time and energy I was going to have to put out into the world to try to just say, like, hey, support my music, support my project. You don't know who I am, but maybe you'll like my music. It was really nerve-wracking, but that decision, the decision I was going to do that, and put myself out there in that way, ask for support from people, was the first step in just making that happen, and it's led to everything. It's led to everything. That first record created a propulsion of everything else, of making more records, of getting other opportunities, putting myself out there, creating work for other people, playing in other people's bands, having a presence, online, on the internet. This came out in 2013, but it allowed me to introduce myself to the industry, by making that investment, by making that project, by putting myself out there, by introducing myself to the industry via hiring a publicist and a radio promoter. It was the first stepping stone, it was the first stepping block, and I didn't know how important it was going to be until much later. So I keep this as a constant reminder. I'm going to get this back up on the wall. It's a reminder to me that I need to think like I was thinking then, 2012, when I was finishing at Juilliard, finishing my master's degree. A reminder that you can't wait to start on your goals. You have to start right now. You have to figure out how you're going to make it happen, even if that makes you uncomfortable. And if it makes you uncomfortable, you're probably on the right track. And I say stuff like that to people sometimes, and I have to remind myself that I need to take my own advice. So thanks for being here this week. I hope you'll create a situation where you want to put that on your wall to remind you yourself why you are doing what you're doing and how you got there. Thanks for being here. My name's Nick Finzer, and we'll see you back here in just a week.